Welcome back. I took a month off YouTube to get some R&R and relax. Me and the family went to Alaska, we went to Wyoming, we got some nature time and unplugged. It was awesome. And I thought a little bit about my car situation and realized I have massively overcomplicated my life. I've got 6 cars and I work from home. We could really probably get by with only 1 car. I could argue 2, maybe 3 is necessary. Beyond that, I have just introduced chaos into my life and it has become somewhat unmanageable. I think being in nature makes you realize you don't need all of this stuff. But I love all these cars. I don't want to let go of any of them. The P38 is special. The Cayenne is actually a really good daily. This E55 is amazing. The SLR, definitely the most fun of the bunch. And the L405 Cabriolet is irreplaceable. So I've struggled with what to get rid of, and frankly, it kind of comes down to when I see an opportunity to get rid of it to the right person for the right price. Upon that note, a good friend of mine posted on Facebook they are looking for a Land Rover project car, and one thing led to another, and before I knew it, the P38 was sold. So, as you guess from this thumbnail, we are 1 down, which leaves me with 5 more cars remaining, but I'm gonna try to sell at least 1 more of those and get myself down to a manageable number. The E55 will remain my daily, and the SLR will remain my fun car, so I kind of got these 2 dialed in. And my wife really likes the Cayenne, and the L405 is a permanent keeper, which means the Focus is the other one that is currently for sale if you are interested. In today's episode, I'm gonna go over everything I loved about the P38, wish it a final goodbye, and more importantly, introduce you to the new owner of it, which is Joe from Lost Cause Ranch, his plans for it, and why this car is going to the perfect home. So without further ado, let's jump on in. Are you stressed out because you spent all your money trying to fix your hoopty Range Rover and now don't have enough left over to pay the bills like rent? Well, that's where today's sponsor, Klover, comes into play. Klover gives you early access to your wages. It is not a payday loan. In fact, it doesn't cost you anything unless you want it expedited, but you can get free access from anywhere from $25 all the way up to $750 to cover those expenses. They make their money through special offers in the back end, or if you need it urgently, they will charge a small fee. But for most people, they can get that money for free as long as they qualify against a future paycheck. So that can come in handy for everything from car expenses like I have all the time to just your day-to-day needs and miscellaneous expenses. So if you need a little extra cash, check out Klover. There's no credit check, no late fees. You can simply get an advance on your earned wages from anywhere from $25 all the way up to $750. The average is somewhere there in between. Can come in really great and be a lifesaver that avoids getting into debt or doing high interest credit card loans, and allows you to make some smarter decisions so that you can keep doing things you love, like spending money on cars, going out to dinner, and enjoying your life. Thank you, Klover, for sponsoring today's episode. Now back to the show. And car number 2 might actually sell this week too, which is the 2014 Ford Focus. We've had this car since brand new in 2014. My wife and dog and I picked it up off the dealer lot. It is now at 65,000 miles 12 years later, so it really hasn't gotten driven. It took me a little while to convince my wife to get rid of it. I think the convertible Range Rover actually put her over the edge because now she is a fun car that's a little bit more practical and usable with the family. So I had someone look at it yesterday. That was probably the first person that actually came through and looked at it after 30 plus inquiries asking, is it still available, or saying they were gonna come check it out or not. They wanted me to hold it till Friday. I told them no, that's not how Facebook Marketplace works, but they're gonna come back, and I have another person looking at it on Thursday. So right now I need to drive it, make sure it can pass smog, make sure there are no issues, because I haven't driven in a while, make sure it's ready for the next home. But if with any luck, I'm picking up Joe from the Lost Cause Ranch on Friday and completing the P38 transaction. And if that person comes back on Friday, I could be selling this all in the same day, which would be great. That accomplishes my goal of down from 6 cars to 4. Then we finally have some freedom and I don't have to waste time driving around a Focus to get smogged or fixing the P38 for the 100th time, hoping that this is the time that it actually sticks. So we will see. Until then, I'm gonna go film the podcast, so check that out. It also drops this week. And just like that, the Focus is sold. They just went to the bank to go get the cashier's check. $6,250, which was my full ask on Facebook Marketplace. I had 2 more people coming to test drive it and then a person for a second look tomorrow. So that wasn't so bad. It took a month of, are you interested? But then all of a sudden I got 3 or 4 warm leads real quick and pitted them against each other, and got her gone. So the Focus is gone today, and then Joe comes in tomorrow for the P38, and all of a sudden we're down to 4 vehicles. I'm pumped. All right, so the biggest question you might be having is, 1, why are you selling it? And 2, why aren't you selling it on cars and beds? And in my experience, you either need to sell a car as a project car with a lot of things broken, or you sell it fully sorted. This is neither. It is no longer a project car, that's how I got it. It now runs and drives great, it passes emissions, it is functional as a vehicle, but it is far from sorted. It leaks oil a lot. It leaks coolant. The heater core was bypassed. It has no air conditioning. It has no heat. It doesn't even have air that moves through the vents. Rear gate doesn't work well. It beeps a lot. It has a weird buzzing noise. It's got a few paint defects. It's probably got 100 other things, and Joe, I'm very sorry if I didn't disclose all these, but it is not sorted. And that's where I think Joe can really take it from, I'd say 80% where I got it, all the way to 100%, and sell it to someone who wants a really cool rig that's actually dialed in. So Joe is the right person to finish that out. The heater core, O-rings, as well as the blend motors, I have those parts. The parts aren't that expensive, a couple $100, but I was quoted upwards of $4,000 to replace it because the whole dash has to come out. It's an incredibly labor-intensive job. I don't have the appetite to spend $3, $4, $5,000 more on this car. I'm in it way too deep already. So I'm taking a big loss on this. I'm gonna get about half of what I spent on it back from Joe, which gives him a little upside. I'm not giving it away to him. I think he's paying me what it's worth, but continuing to dump more and more money into this doesn't make sense for me as I'm trying to simplify my life and take on some new project cars. So for that reason, it's not going on cars and bids. Also because Joe just randomly posted on Facebook, and literally within an hour, we had agreed on everything and he sent the money. So it happened so quick that I couldn't overthink it. I wasn't even actively planning on selling it. I just sort of responded to his Facebook thread, and one thing led to another. So I think it's actually the perfect home, a good price, and it's gonna be fun to watch this on YouTube and continue to track his journey because it has a special place in my heart. And I think it's cool that this just keeps getting passed from Rover fanatic to Rover fanatic to Rover fanatic. So you just can't make it up. It felt right. It was time to go. And a little bit more about Joe and the Lost Cause Ranch, because I absolutely want you guys to go follow. I have his stickers up here on that for a while. I've been following his YouTube channel for a while. He is a self-proclaimed Land Rover hoarder. He's got 20 at any given point. He's building 6x6 discos and pickup truck LR3s, just lots of cool stuff. He makes me look not crazy at all, and he's just out there living the dream. And the fact that he's gonna take this from San Diego to Ouray, Colorado for the Land Rover Nationals, it's like a 900-mile drive. That alone is ballsy, and then he's gonna off-road it while he's there. And he's posting on his channel hey, I'm taking no tools because I can't check it in my bags. It's just gonna be absolutely epic to watch. So definitely recommend you follow Crazy Joe, even crazier than Crazy Nick, and see the adventures of this live on in a far more deserving home. After he's done with the Land Rover Nationals, it goes back to his place in Iowa at the Lost Cause Ranch. So let's enjoy one final look at the P38. It came out really cool. One thing I didn't even mention on the channel was that I put in facelift headlights and I repainted the grills. Every month under my ownership, this car got nicer and nicer, and eventually it would probably get to where Joe's gonna take it. But after a year of refurbishing this thing, I think it's a good stopping off point. So I love the P38. I will hopefully be back one day again, but we've had 2 and we still have the lovely, lovely convertible over here. So I think that's a pretty good stable here. And obviously the 2 Benzes are not going anywhere. And some beauty shots there. Lifted with the Lucky 8 kit. Thank you guys for that. The fog lights. Here are the new headlights that my friend Hunter hooked me up with. The redone grills. The shackles and Temu gear. The $100 Facebook Marketplace wheels. The used tires. It's definitely a budget build, even though it went way over budget. I just think it came out so cool. I love everything about this car. And it sucks to see it go, but again, the right home for the right time. Inside is also a place that's gonna need a lot of work between the buzzing, the way that some of these interior panels are literally bolted in. I did finally also get a glove box in there, so that's full circle moment. The glove box isn't open or closed, but at least it's there and looks decent. And the buzzy, cheap looking stereo. Also, Joe got one where the thing comes off recently on his car, and he's gonna continue that fine tradition. I can't wait to see his content on this. I hope he roasts me because I probably deserve it. And all true Land Rover projects come with a yellow bin full of extra parts. And I'm gonna give him a lot of coolant here for his trip because I think he might need it. But good luck, Joe. Let's go pick him up from the airport. He gets in very soon and see what he got himself into. And we're at the airport waiting for Joe in the cell phone lot. One last look at the lovely P38. Here's Joe. He is now taking the P38 onward. Where are you heading next?
We're going to, well, Ouray, Colorado, I suppose. So then we'll end up in Iowa. We're going to try and put 2,500 miles on it in the next week or so. Some of that off-road.
Nice. Well, everyone go follow Lost Cause Ranch to see someone even crazier than me with the P38.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I can promise you are.
I'm crazier in quantity, not quite quality.
You're a little bit of both, Thank you, Joe. I'm so glad
I appreciate it. Yep.
There she goes. Bye-bye Project P38/Free 38. Aww. And just like that, the P38 is gone. Joe's texted me a few times. He made it all the way to Ouray, Colorado without an issue. That's 900 miles that he drove in a car that was sight unseen, although he did watch my videos off of a Facebook comment. So I'm pleased he made it there. The Nicky Lube extended warranty is officially over, and it is no longer my problem from here. So Joe, good luck. But you are the right guy to own that and take care of it, and I'm looking forward to the updates on your channel. I'm gonna miss the P38. In fact, I already do. Like, seeing those photos really makes my heart beat, but I've done 2 of these now. They're a great experience. Like, I strongly recommend them, P38s, for anyone that's want the vintage feel and the vintage Land Rover experience without paying big money for an RRC or a vintage Defender. Those cars are so expensive and they break just as much, if not more. They rattle and shake and drive like a truck, just all the same. But with the P38, it's just a little nicer inside and out, a little easier to work on, the parts are available, and it's such a cool vibe. So I will miss the P38, but we've got the L405 to scratch my Land Rover itch whenever I need it, as well as the SLR, a couple of fun other cars. So I feel stoked that I found not just 1, but 2 buyers for my cars, the cheapest cars I own, but cars nonetheless that are now out of my mind. I don't have to maintain them. I have a little cash in my pocket to do something fun for the next car. And we are actively searching for my wife for a new mom-mobile. So we'll see where that one lands. That will probably be my next video, depending on how long it takes to make a decision. Until then, thank you everyone who watched my P38 build series. It wasn't necessarily my most popular video series in terms of views, but the enthusiasm, the support, even the occasional roast for some of my fixes was awesome. And all the ads that you saw did help fund and offset the losses from the P38. So making videos like this really enables me to make some stupid decisions occasionally and do things like accept a free 38 from a dude in Atlanta and dump tons of money into it to get it running so well that it could make it all the way to Colorado without stopping. So thank you everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Leave me a comment. And now let's show some B-roll of my favorite memories of the P38. Peace.